We're back with another grocery haul this week. I'm going to go over the things I bought from both Costco and Walmart that are on the whole food, plant-based, no added oil or fat plan that I follow with myself and most of my clients. I'm Dr. Natalie Gonzalez from Synergy Health and Wellness. I work with Megan Merritt, our holistic health and nutrition coach. I practice integrative functional medicine, and together we teach and coach. So let's take a look. So today, just really quick, I went to Costco first. I was really out of some of my long-term things. And so just beginning over here, I did get some craisins. This is not actually on my list of things that I would normally buy for lots of reasons, except that cranberries are exceptionally good for you. And sometimes this is the only way I can find it, other than the cranberries I get at Thanksgiving and Christmas. But these are dried cranberries. I use a little bit every day. They are great as a cancer-fighting agent, cancer-fighting food. So for those that are concerned about prevention or prevention of recurrence, this is one of those great foods for that. I just use a little bit every day, maybe 1/8 of a cup, something like that. I buy my nuts and I buy them separately because I don't want salt or oils on them. I don't want them roasted and I don't want them salted. This is going to be the healthiest way to eat nuts. They don't have to be organic necessarily because you're not going to eat the shell. You're not going to eat the outside. So you're taking that part off. And so they're not going to be, they have not been found to be high in pesticide content. So walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, some pecans, some pumpkin seeds. Those are all things that I'm going to put together as a mixture. I don't put cranberries in my mixture. I do put raisins. I have been able to find organic sun-made raisins in bulk at Costco without any added oils or anything on them, just plain organic raisins. So that's a really good place to get them. I mix them up. All nuts and seeds have some benefit to them for your heart, inflammation levels in your body. So I really tell everybody, have a variety. There's not one nut that does it all. Have a variety of those nuts. And about a 1/4 cup a day has been shown on a regular basis if somebody's taking that in to help control weight. And so there's a lot of really good benefits for nuts. So keep that in mind. I did get steel cut oats. I went, believe it or not, through that whole bag of steel cut oats myself. This is the only place I find them in this big of a bulk package is at Costco, 7 pounds. And believe me, I went right through that. These are organic, 100% whole grain steel cut oats. You can use rolled oats also. Lots of people use those instead. This will actually be one of those things that will depress your appetite just a little. So if you're working on weight control, it's probably going to be better for you to have the steel cut version rather than the rolled oat version. Okay? So you have to cook them a little longer. I like them a little chewy, so I don't cook mine all that long. Oh, we got some organic pumpkin seeds there. That'll go in my nut and raisin mixture, and that'll be really good. Now, I mix about a cup of each of these in a great big bowl, put it in a jar, and the rest I put in the freezer because nuts can go bad. You don't want them deteriorating because then you're going to get rancid nuts and your body's going to have to try to detoxify that. So it's best for nuts. Flax is another one of those that will deteriorate very quickly because of the oils that are in it at room temperature. So the flax needs to be kept in the refrigerator or freezer for that reason. So let's go on here to the things from Walmart. Again, I found some raw whole cashews there. This contains cashews, organic cashews, that's it. No salts, no oils, it's just great. That goes in my nut mixture, by the way. And I like this. It's lightly salted. It does have a little bit of salt, but it's a whole grain, 100% whole grain brown rice cakes. And those are kind of nice to snack on. You can add a little bit of hummus or nut butter, and it makes a really nice snack. I bought some market side organic rainbow kale this week. This is 3 different varieties of kale. So it's going to be a green, a red, and a Tuscan kale. Kale is a superfood, and this is a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to use it before the expiration date, but if I can't, what I'm going to do is 2 things. I'm either going to, first of all, use it in my salads and maybe smoothies to begin with, but if I have a lot left over, I'm going to either make a pesto out of it, which it can make a really good pesto with walnuts. I think walnuts in particular, with a little bit of this kale steamed, and it'll just wilt right down to a really easy texture that you can then put through your blender and make into a pesto. And then, you know, use some lemon and some garlic and some seasonings to really make that pesto taste like what you want. You can use it on salads or on the rice cakes. But the other thing I will make out of this, and we'll make another video of it because it's another way to really get a good amount of greens in your diet with a little bit of variety, and that would be to make a green sauce that goes over pasta. So I'll be doing that again for those of you who haven't seen that from the past. So I also got my usual, actually it's not my usual, spring green mixed is what I usually buy, spring greens, but this is this just had a little bit different name on it, but I noticed when I look at the different types of, let me see if I can show you this, different types of lettuces in there, there's a lot of different types. I would say 10 or 11 different types that are listed on that label. And really that's what we want. When we're eating greens, we want a mixture, if at all possible. Because just like the nuts, and just like I always say with mushrooms, which by the way I bought this week, a variety of greens, a variety of nuts, a variety of mushrooms and colorful vegetables, that's where your body really shines, is to take a little bit from all of these things and work it through in your body so that you get the best outcome. And that's why we suggest a variety of greens. That's why I bought kale, and actually a variety of 3 different types of kale to kind of mix it up for my system this week. We have my usual soy milk. This is organic, unsweetened soy milk. It contains soybeans and water. It's a great, and in fact, it's organic soybeans and water. Yes, I was gonna say I couldn't see that. Organic soybeans and water. I always tell people, and I'll repeat this over and over, is that it needs to be organic. Unfortunately, pesticides just look very similar to estrogens in your body, in both men and women, by the way, who have estrogens in their body, just that women have more. But because the pesticides and the soy have the same general chemical structure as estrogen, they all go to the estrogen receptors in our body. And when you're using soy, it actually helps regulate estrogen in the body. If you're using soy with pesticides, then it is going to dysregulate the estrogen, but it's also going to put that toxicity of the pesticides into your body also. So be really cautious when you're doing soy products to make sure they are organic. I found these last week and I bought them again. My favorite so far is this chunky chipotle. This is made by Plant Strong. It has no added oils. It is one of the few things I buy, besides the lettuce anyway, that has a lot of ingredients on that ingredient list. And I've read through them pretty carefully, although I didn't realize last time that it does have some salt, some sea salt in it, but it's not an unusually large amount. So I went ahead and got it again. The other thing I love about this is all the ingredients are organic, and all those ingredients are really, really good antioxidant, anti-inflammatory nutrients. And I love that. I think, you know, it's really hard to get that many really good things in your own chili, even when you make it from scratch. So this is a nice flavor. I really recommend it. If you're not really into a lot of heavy spicy things, if you want more spice, I would probably go with the spicy Cajun jambalaya, or I'd go with the spicy lentil version. It was more spicy than I wanted, so that's why I kind of have fallen back on this chunky chipotle from Plant Strong. I bought red beets. I'm going to prep these and grate them at the beginning of the week so they can be added to salad. Grated beets are great for your heart and your blood vessels and your brain, everything. It'll just be easier to use them. I really love the flavor of raw, fresh grated beet, much more so than I like cooked beets. And it's similar to with carrots. When you cook carrots, they have an entirely different flavor than when they're raw, and that is true of beets also. So I'll be using those. We have some organic red bell pepper we'll be chopping and prepping for salads this week. We have sugar snap peas, which for a change, I didn't eat all of them on the way home from the grocery store today. In fact, I had a few of the whole grain rice crackers instead, but these are exceptionally nice. They're sweet. You can use them as dippers, chop them, or put them whole in your salad. Put them whole in your salad, or chop them and prep them at the beginning of the week so that they go in salads really easily. Same with the grape tomatoes. Just, you know, just wash them. They're really easy to add to salads. I'll add radishes. Now, lots of people don't like radishes. I love radishes, but I do think that they get used much faster and easier if I prep these at the beginning of the week, and I'll be doing that again along with anything else I have that needs prep. So I like to put these through the food processor, and it makes some nice little slices that can be used as dippers, just like I do with carrots and cucumbers, and make it so that I can use them with hummus, or maybe some avocado, or just in my salad. They're great in the salad. So one last thing was I bought organic popcorn. I like air popped popcorn as a snack. I don't know, I just really like crunchiness, so that's my splurge. All right, everybody, that's the extent of the grocery haul for this week. We will be starting our 3-day body reset, and I will be using many of these things as examples for how to do that, since in order to reset your body, we really need to be thinking less processed, whole food, plant-based eating in order to get a really nice reset. So if you haven't seen it already, you can look on our website. We'll be running another 3-day reset with another group very soon, and we'll keep you posted when that's going to happen if you haven't already done that. So hope to see you there. Like if you haven't already, share with a friend if this has helped you, and subscribe if you haven't done that, and we'll see you in one of the next videos or in our 3-day reset.